Um, I was gonna try to do a cover today. I feel like I've been saying that a lot. Um, but my desk lamp broke that I was using for lighting, and there's enough background noise that's annoying me, and I'm losing the light from this window. So I thought you and I could have a chat about grad school. Ambiance. I've been doing research on grad school for a few months now, probably longer, and it's incredibly stressful. There's so many factors in choosing grad schools, from programs to where you're going to be living, to cost, to looking at the kinds of classes they're offering, to looking at the faculty and the alumni, and it's a lot for any one person to deal with. And I have to keep reminding myself that this is something that I want to do, because it is. No one's forcing me to. If I wanted to, I could just graduate and go off and do whatever, but I had to really sit down and figure out why I was doing grad school, because for a while it was just because I was too afraid to leave the school system. I was too afraid to leave the comfort of academia, so I was like, cool, grad school is like what you do when you're too afraid. And now it's changed for me. Don't get me wrong, I'm still terrified of everything, but now it's more about wanting more training and getting a degree that'll really help with wanting to become a professor one day. And so all of it's become so much more important for me. And because of that, the stakes are higher. And I'm looking at all these schools and trying to figure out where I want to be, and I haven't even started thinking about audition materials yet, because if I add that to my list of things, I'm gonna freak out. But anyway, so grad school's been stressing me out. But I also have to keep reminding myself that it's exciting. You know, I get to start a different chapter. I get to meet a whole new group of people that I hope I will like. I get to be in a new place. I'm trying to decide on cities where I will be able to live alone, because I really like living alone. I didn't have any roommates for most of the summer. I think I have one on occasion now, but I haven't seen her or them. I don't know who they are, but I haven't seen them, so it still kind of feels like I live alone, and I won't be once the school year starts, which is what it is. But I think I want to live alone, and I'm scared. It's a new path, I guess, or the same path but through a different section of my journey. I don't know, pick a metaphor, write one in the comments. I keep finding that I'm afraid of putting myself out there in fear that I won't get where I want to, or I'll get rejected, or it won't work out the way I want it to. But by doing that, I'm not giving myself the chance to. And that's kind of why I chose to do VEDA. You know, I've been saying over and over again how I wanted to make YouTube videos and how I really wanted to try and put myself out there, but I kept not doing anything about it. So I figured I might as well throw myself into something and see if I can, because if I don't do it, then I will never do it. And that means that I can't. And so I'm trying to put grad school in that vein, because I think I can do it. And I think I'd be good at it. And I'd really like to get the training. It's just whenever I think about moving to a really big urban environment, I get freaked out. The concept of living in New York or Chicago stresses me out now, and even San Francisco, because it's not just the program. It's not just tuition and school fees. It's living situation and food and transportation and safety. I'm afraid to get out of a 2 a.m. rehearsal and have to make my way home. You know, whether that's spending the money on an Uber or a Lyft or waiting on a subway platform. And I know that those aren't irrational fears. I know that they're perfectly rational, but I hate having to have them. I hate that those are things that are impacting my ability to just make a decision based on what I want. I'm just afraid that I'm not enough. I guess if we boil it down. I'm afraid that I won't be good enough to even get into a school. I'm afraid that once I get into a program, what if I'm not as good as I think I am, you know? Because I think I'm pretty good. But what if I'm not? I just want this. And it's scary. And it's exciting, but it's scary. But all I can do is keep doing my research, narrow down my list to the top 6 or 7 schools I want to apply to. Then after that, work with my professor. Oh, this is for acting. Sorry. I want to get a Master of Fine Arts in acting or performance. Sorry, I probably should have specified that earlier on. But I need to work with my acting professor who's going to help me with my audition materials. And then if I do want to audition in Chicago for one of the schools, I have to fly out there. But the way that they work is you do an audition process, so I don't have to do the GRE, and I would have to travel to San Francisco to audition in front of a bunch of representatives for different schools across the country. And then I get accepted or rejected, and I can pick from there, and I need to remember that that's when I have to really figure it out. That's when I have to really look at the weight of my options. But now I can just look, and I can dream, and I can try to push the freaked out, scared part of my brain away and be excited for the unknown, which is not how I am at all. I really like planning and knowing what's coming and having a clear idea of what's to come. And I can't right now. But it'll be fine. And I will be fine. And it'll get sorted, and I will go somewhere wonderful and meet great people and be in a program where I really get to learn and thrive and eventually teach some group of students and perform, which is what I love doing anyway, and invite my grandparents so they can see me and know that all of the work we put into everything really did it. We've all worked so hard. I mean, it was inevitable that I would graduate high school. It wasn't even a thought. And I was always going to go to college and get a degree, getting 2 now. But grad school wasn't always on the table. And I'm entering this new bit where everything is past where I thought I would be. And past where I imagined. And I guess I have to be excited for that. How often is it that you get to look at so many different paths? I guess that's lovely, isn't it? So I hope that the background noise wasn't too bad. I'll try to edit the sound so that it's usable. I'm using this snowball that I'm borrowing from a friend until he wants it back, so I hope it helped. But yeah, have a good whenever it is, wherever you are. And I guess we only have a week, less than a week of these left to go. Wow. Kinda didn't think I'd get this far. Have a good one.